Hey besties, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Javell, and today I have my July monthly reading wrap up, which I know I'm like 10 days late, but honestly I've been so busy this month, you guys. I've been traveling a lot, plus I've been working a lot, so I just haven't really had time. And this month I only read like 6 books, but these are the books that I definitely recommend. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Pull up in the make me say, let me do that shit again. So the first book I read this month is We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han, which I love this author. But this book is basically a part of a trilogy, and I've been reading this series this entire summer because it has kind of blown up on TikTok and Instagram and basically everywhere because it has been turned into a Amazon Prime show. So basically We'll Always Have Summer is a part of the Summer I Turned Pretty series. It's about a love triangle, and it's about a girl who's in love with 2 brothers, but in this particular book she's kind of chose one of the brothers. They're making a life-changing commitment that could kind of alter the dynamic between their group and their families forever. And this book is kind of crazy, but for some reason I really liked this book compared to like the first 2. But unfortunately for me, I feel like I had a really hard time connecting with Belly's character just because her voice in the book is just super young, it's super naive, it's super immature, and I just feel like I don't really connect with younger characters that well anymore. Or maybe it's just the way she's written that just really annoys me so much. Her character is so infuriating. I'm kind of just like, why are you so silly? Why are you so stupid? I don't know. And what's weird is like the first 2 books, I did not like Taylor's character. I thought she was so annoying. She was kind of like the supporting character who steals the main character's shine. But for some reason in the 3rd book I really got to like love her character, and I don't know, I feel like she's just a really good friend, which I always love supporting friends in books and even in real life. So I really like that. But this book I definitely recommend if you like YA or if you're younger. It's like 13 plus. I would rate it like 13 plus because it's not like super spicy. It doesn't really have anything that's, you know, a little bit inappropriate. So I really liked it. I would rate it like a 3.5 stars, maybe 4. If I'm being nice, 4 stars. Alright, the next book I read is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, and you guys know I love Miss Colleen. But this book is basically about a mom and a daughter, and when the husband dies, a bunch of secrets from his past kind of comes out, and it drives a wedge between the mom and the daughter. And they already had pretty strong personalities that kind of made them not so close, but with the death of the dad it draws a bigger wedge between both of them, and it creates kind of chaos. The mom is trying to protect her daughter from finding out these secrets, and the entire time it kind of hurts her and their dynamic as mom and daughter. And we see just a lot of chaos that ensues with this one event that kind of creates a domino effect in their lives. So this book has a few tropes in it that are present. There's a love triangle trope, and then there's also the forbidden love trope. And what are my thoughts? What are my comments? Let's see. So I really like this book. I feel like my main takeaway from this book is that like everyone grieves differently. Like there's not a playbook on how you grieve, and even though some of the characters in here are super frustrating, but either way I thought it was just a good read. I would rate this maybe like a 5 star, and I would also say like 15 plus because there are some scenes in there that are probably not for younger audiences. So alright, the next book I read is The Deal by Elle Kennedy, which every month she has increasingly became one of my favorite authors ever because her books are always super cute. And they're also super spicy, which if you know me, you know I love a good spicy book. But The Deal by Elle Kennedy basically tells the story of a girl, Hannah, and she's kind of dealing with some really bad stuff that happened to her in her past, and she's usually not attracted to guys. She usually doesn't find anyone attractive, but she saw this guy Justin, who is a football player, and she's very attracted to him. The only problem is that like he doesn't even know she exists, he doesn't even notice her. But that's where Garrett comes in, because Garrett is a hockey player and he really needs help with his grades because he is currently failing his classes, and he wants to play professional hockey, so he's going to need a tutor to get those grades up. And so he proposes the plan to Hannah to, you know, tutor him, and he will help her get Justin's attention by doing a little bit of fake dating. And so we go on the journey with them in this book, which honestly I love this book because it gives us both point of views, but also I love the men characters that like Elle Kennedy writes about because like they're just so perfect. We get both point of views. We also get a little bit of fake dating going on in here, so if you like fake dating tropes, this is the book for you. If you like spicy, this is the book for you. Yeah, I would say trigger warning in here. Please look up the trigger warnings before you get this book because it does have some pretty deep stuff in it. But either way, I love this book because it was just so funny. It was just so cute. I laughed a lot while reading this, which I usually think no one's funny. So there's that. Also, I would rate it 18 plus. So if you're a little bit younger, this is not for younger audiences just because it's super spicy. And this was a 5-star read for me, so I recommend. Moving on, the next book I read is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and oh my gosh, I actually watched the movie before I read this book, but I had to read this book because I kept seeing it everywhere, and I did not imagine I would love this book more than... Actually, I love the book and I love the movie. They're just so cute. They're so perfect. I feel like they did the casting so well. But anyway, so this book is basically about two co-workers who just so happen to really hate each other because they come from different companies, and because of a bad financial situation their companies merged together. So Lucy and Joshua, there's kind of like a little power struggle going on, and they really don't like each other, and they play all these little weird games throughout the day, like the copying game, the name calling game. I don't know, they just play a lot of different games because they actually hate each other. But hate is also a very strong thing, and it's very similar to love. But one day they accidentally kissed, and that kind of changed their entire dynamic of their relationship and their, you know, co-worker situation that they have going on. So that's basically the plot. This book is so freaking cute. This is my favorite book that I read this month, okay? And the movie is better. Actually, I think they're both like the same. They're just so good. I love both of them. Sometimes when books are made into movies, they're just not as good. They're very cringy. They're so awful. But I feel like the casting was so on point. Okay, if you have not watched the movie, it's on Netflix. It's so good. If you haven't read the book, 5 stars. So good. Definitely recommend. I read it on my phone, but I feel like I need to go out and get a hard copy because this is like one of my favorite books I've read this entire summer. It's so good. So 5 stars. The next book I read is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, which you guys know I love Tessa Bailey. She's also one of my favorite authors, or like my go-to authors. So this book, It Happened One Summer, tells the story of an out-of-control influencer who gets thrown in jail, and when she does, her family decides it's time to cut her off because she's out of control. So she gets sent home to her hometown to take care of her late father's dive bar, and while she's there, she runs into the grumpy fisherman Brandon, and while they're there, they're immediately annoyed by each other because they're from 2 different worlds. Where she's an influencer, she has all this, you know, luxurious lifestyle, where Brandon's just like a cool, chill fisherman, and they just are, you know, opposites. But Brandon is very attracted to her, and he quickly realizes how cute she is, and she is also very attracted to him because even though he's very grumpy and she thinks he's annoying, he's also very hot. So we see their relationship go on in this book, and I don't know, this book is so cute. I loved it. I feel like it wasn't anything too deep, which sometimes you need that. Like, I don't want to read a book all the time that has like a bunch of traumatic stuff going on in it. Sometimes I just want a cute, fun romance read, which I feel like this is like perfect for that. This is also a summer themed book, which, you know, it's July, August, for hitting the end of summer, so I thought that this was like perfect for that. But this book's super cute. We get both point of views. We get the friends to enemies to lovers trope, and we also get a lot of spice in this book. This book was really recommended on TikTok for being super spicy, which some of the scenes in there, very spicy. We love to see it. So I really like this book. This book is also the book that comes before Hook, Line, and Sinker, which I read, I think in June or maybe May. Hook, Line, and Sinker, which is like the book that comes after this one. But Hook, Line, and Sinker also super cute, so definitely recommend. This, I would say like 4.5 stars, or like, I want to say 5 stars just because super cute, we loved it, great. The last book I read this month is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, which is all over TikTok right now, so I had to read it because you guys know I get all my recommendations from TikTok, even bad ones, okay? But this book is basically about second chances, and it's about childhood best friends who stopped being friends, and about 12 years later, you know, there's a death in the family, so they all have to return back to that town where they're kind of given an opportunity to be friends again. So this book has now and then timelines, which most of the times I'm annoyed by this because I know when I read People We Meet on Vacations, I hated now and then timelines, but in this book it was like absolutely necessary. And I feel like why I wasn't annoyed by it was because it wasn't like a super slow burn where like People We Meet on Vacations, it was a super slow burn, and when you came to find out why they stopped being friends, it was so silly. This is a romance, and I really liked it because it reminded me of The Summer I Turned Pretty meets People You Meet on Vacation, but like a little bit older, so a little bit more mature. We get more common sense coming out in the characters, which sometimes we need because some of these characters act kind of silly and it makes me so mad. So we get a little bit more maturity in these, which I really liked, and for me this was maybe like a 4.5 stars. Super cute, super good. I feel like the reason why they stopped, you know, being friends was plausible. Okay, I understand, it made sense. So definitely 4.5 stars. Really liked it. Hella summer vibes, beach town, love all of that because obviously all my books this month, you know, I want them to be summer themed. So that's pretty much it for my monthly reading wrap up. I know this video is probably all over the place and now I'm talking really fast and it's my lunchtime, so I have to go, y'all. No, I'm kidding. That's pretty much it for my monthly reading wrap up. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please comment down below your favorite book you read this month. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe.
Ooh, I'm gonna pull up study to the side. She keep coming at me every day and night. When I left it, my life started feeling right.